Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about, and they still want a tip. Doordash customer calls out drivers who leave orders directly in front of the door. So with Doordash, there's always the possibility of you getting a contactless delivery. And when you complete a contactless delivery, you're supposed to put it next to the door so that way the customer can open the door and just grab their food. In this case, the driver decided to leave the order in front of the door, and there is no particular reason displayed yet. So with that said, I want to go over what is being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash drivers, gig workers of any kind, customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. DoorDash customers have taken a TikTok to share a new peeve about the service. Delivery drivers leaving an order outside right in front of the door. This is obviously a common habit among all kinds of delivery workers, but as a viral TikTok pointed out this week, it really sucks if your front door opens outwards, racking up nearly 7 million views in 4 days. This viral post from TikToker Vanessa at Vanny223 illustrates why DoorDashers should avoid leaving deliveries directly in front of customers' doorways. Things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave her TikTok as well as her profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. And yeah, with contactless delivery, you shouldn't be leaving the order in front of the door, really next to where the front door would open, whether it opens outward or inward, simply because you don't want to end up in the situation where they walk outside and step on it, or the door opens and knocks it over. Things like that. Now, I know that some drivers end up putting it in front of the door for spite reasons because they didn't get a tip or something, but don't do that. It's only going to hurt your ratings at the end of the day. Why do they do this? Vanessa exclaims in the clip, gesturing at a takeout order waiting on her front doorstep. How am I going to get it? I have to open the door. You see, that's part of the reason why. If you can't open the door, you can't even get your food at that point. Heck, you're not even able to leave your house without causing a mess. Because her door opens outwards, she'll knock over her drink if she opens the door enough to actually get outside. This TikTok struck a chord both among people who share the same frustration and by those who didn't realize this problem existed in the first place. If you're a driver that doesn't understand why this is an issue and also has other certain habits with contactless deliveries, I actually made a video talking about contactless deliveries on DoorDash. I'll leave it in the description. Feel free to check it out. I've genuinely never thought about that as a driver, one commenter wrote. I'll start to pay more attention. On the other hand, one of the other commenters claimed, I drive for UberEats sometimes, and it blows my mind that most drivers don't have common sense. I always place the order next to the door. You see, that's the thing for me as well. Like, you gotta put it next to the door, or even just outside of the door's range. I'm not gonna pretend like I've never done this. I haven't thought about it. But when I saw somebody try to struggle to open a door, I started paying attention to that stuff. Make sure you pay attention to where the hinges are. Do they open outward or does it open inward? Based on the clip, it appears that Vanessa has a double door, which explains why she has this issue. The inner door is a normal door that opens into the house, while the one we see in the video is a screen door or storm door, a gate with a glass window which opens the other way. And storm doors don't normally open inward anyway, so you're gonna have to expect that they're gonna have to open it. However, a lot of viewers weren't familiar with this arrangement. If I worked for DoorDash, I'd do this and not even realize it wouldn't work, one user wrote. You should check out my video on contactless deliveries then. I'm so confused. Why would the door open towards the outside, another added? Some doors are just not designed to go inward. Maybe there's something just inside of the door to where that needs to open outward. Maybe it's just an older house and they didn't think about it back then. Who knows? Still, several commenters pointed out an easy solution. Communicate with the delivery driver. Most delivery services, including DoorDash and UberEats, have the option to leave specific delivery instructions, or customers can opt for direct handoff of the delivery. Okay, but the point is she wanted a contactless delivery. Yes, she could do the direct handoff, but she wanted a contactless delivery. But yeah, I kind of agree with the point of leaving instructions for a delivery driver. Some just don't even think about that. It's a habit for some, and for others, they have to really be told that, you know? Some of the habits I would work on building is paying attention to where the hinges are and look for places next to the doormat where you could place it. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. First off, if you're a DoorDash driver and you're not familiar with this challenge, I really encourage you to actually start to develop those habits for yourself of knowing where you're placing the order. If you're the kind of driver that just places it, puts a picture down, and disappears, you might end up getting yourself some really bad ratings. You might end up not taking a good enough photo so that way you know that you're protected. I actually think that's a very important point. Try to get as much image as possible so that way you're protected. And that way you're serving the customer to the best of your ability, even if you never see them. Now, what I'm noticing based on the article I'm reading is that the headline stated, and they still want a tip, but nobody made that point. That was just inserted in there by whoever wrote this article. Like, that is a good point. That's something that DoorDash drivers and Uber Eats drivers and Grubhub drivers should all keep in mind when they're making deliveries. But at no point did anybody want to call out tipping their driver. This was inserted in there by the author, and honestly, that's a narrative that does not need to be painted for a video like this. This is something that drivers should take ownership and they should actually start to work on, but nobody called out tipping for this one. So this is really something the author had a problem with, not everybody else. All in all, make sure that you're paying attention to making sure you're providing the best possible service towards customers and the most security for yourself by practicing good habits for contactless deliveries. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!